GOOO!
Why do we care about Spider-Man 2? My question to you is, how could you not? Take away the spider from the title, and what do you get? Exactly, you just get the man, which is exactly what this movie is about. The man behind the mask. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is a quintessential underdog story that's masterfully structured through its poetic, gut-wrenching dialogue,
Take my hand, son.
with explosive and somber visuals that continues to stand its ground as one of the best hero stories ever put to screen.
Pizza time.
Peter Parker opens the film with a voiceover narration that immediately foreshadows his upcoming emotional turmoil he will experience literally in the first 5 minutes in the movie.
I made a choice once to live a life of responsibility, a life you can never be a part of. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man, given a job to do. And I'm Peter Parker, and I too have a job.
The shaky camera work, the chaotic noises, all just help convey how chaotic Peter's life is at this point.
Peter, you're a nice guy, but you're just not dependable.
You're late. I'm not paying for those.
Hello, you're fired.
Why?
Parker, my class is over.
If you knew who he was, would you tell me?
For God's sake, it's not much. Now take it. I'm seeing somebody now.
Sorry, it doesn't pay the rent.
I don't think I have ever seen a film that establishes strong rooting interest this efficiently, quite like this movie. Historically, Peter Parker has always been designed to be the everyman. It makes it really easy for the audience to sympathize because it's embedded in our DNA to empathize, especially when we see ourselves in others. I would say Peter definitely fits that bill. But the most important thing to note is that he's only going through all these problems because he is Spider-Man. He is using his time as Spider-Man to do good for the city, and he gets punished for it.
Why is this happening to me?
That kind of injustice is biblical. But for whatever reason, he doesn't whine about it, doesn't scream, doesn't shout. When his entire world keeps kicking him down, he just takes it on the chin. He just kind of stands there and takes it, like a literal punching bag. I believe this acting from Tobey Maguire was deliberate to gain the audience's respect by showing us how resilient Peter Parker truly is. So when he actually quits being Spider-Man, it's understandable for the character and more importantly the audience, and the way it's shown is nothing short of brilliant. Color is very functional and focuses on controlling not just visual structure, but emotional intensity. One of the most crucial scenes, for example, is the planetarium scene, where Peter experiences what can only be described as the worst day of his life. Visually speaking, this scene is composed very meticulously to highlight Peter's desires, relationships, and emotions. This scene has both warm and cool colors to juxtapose the contradictory feelings Peter has towards MJ and Harry, while simultaneously showing Harry and MJ's disappointment with Peter due to his inaction in their lives.
Brother?
Doc Ock's demonstration scene also utilizes the warm and cool color scheme to help elicit the tone of how the characters are feeling. Doc Ock's desires materialize in the form of his invention. The sun he sees is a physical manifestation of his pride, a device birthed from his intelligence to provide for the good of mankind. However, when this device begins to malfunction, this desire decays into an obsession.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
The sun is a metaphor for idealism itself, and this is illustrated by the sun embodying the main argument of idealism, which is expectation versus reality. Doc Ock hopes this device will provide something useful for humanity, which it definitely could, but the reality that he refuses to admit is that the device ends up doing more harm than good. The tragedy of Doc Ock is creatively illustrated by subverted warm and cool colors, by having the warm colors now being attributed to Doc Ock's malicious device, and the cool colors now embodying a return to normalcy.
Give me the blue light, Rosie.
Jokes aside, the engine that aids those thematic ideas push forward what can only be achieved through Spider-Man 2 forces you to care for everything and everyone. Think about it. Every character in this film has some sort of ideal, good or bad, that they want to live up to, but can't. Peter, MJ, Harry, Otto, even Aunt May have had ideals they were trying to live up to despite it going against their emotional truths. Peter foolishly thought he can honestly live two completely separate lives and have his loved ones and responsibilities all just kind of work itself out somehow. When Spider-Man got too tough, he embraced Peter Parker, but he still felt this emptiness that remained even after he turned his life back around. Aunt May's speech helped Peter realize that Spider-Man is who he is for a reason.
I believe there's a hero in all of us that keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes us noble, and finally allows us to die with pride, even though sometimes we have to be
Steady and give up the thing we want the most.
MJ, Harry, Peter, Doc Ock, all of their expectations were set so high that they forgot the consequences that surround their idealistic expectations. Taking a step back to analyze the purpose of what drives you can prevent a whole lot of heartache later. Whether it's responsibility, security, revenge, or passion, each expectation comes with their own consequences regardless of intent. However, it's important to note that these desires are entirely human. I mean, who hasn't pined over a woman they can't have? Tried to tackle something we didn't fully understand? Screamed over something we thought we deserved, even after we put in so much effort? Despite all of that, no matter how much it hurts, sometimes we have to be steady.
give up the thing we want the most.
But not your dreams, that's just dumb.